Ready, set, art. All right, so I realize there's many different types of motorcycles that we can draw. I picked this one because mostly because I like how this front part is, and then the styling back here. And when you look at the details in that second slide in Google Slides, looking at these type of details here are really interesting. So when you, I think this is a good one for our upcoming project with transportation and movement, which is more inspired from anime and manga. And I really like how, they have these lines that come from it, and it's very dynamic looking, and this is a great motorcycle to kind of go from. Okay, so when you look at the Google Slides, you're going to notice there are lots of details on this cycle. And I did about 70% of them. If you do at least 50% of it, great. I am excited, okay? I mean, I didn't put all of the tread in and things like that and all the little details that were here and there. If you want to put 100% of the details in, that's great too. But due to time, I had to think about how students can get this done in an orderly time. So if you do at least 50% of the details based in the photo, that's great. I'm just going to show you proportion-wise how to get started, and then you can add the details from there. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. The first part I wanted to work on was this front part. So I have this angle, I hold my pencil there and I put this angle in so that I know where to get started. And like I said, I'm just putting in proportions really to get it going. And then I like this angle here. It's not straight. It kind of angles down a little bit. All right. And then it's almost like, here's this. It's that shield in front, that part of the glass or the plexiglass. Put that part in. It has this interesting guard right here. And then another one right here. And it actually cuts in here. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that part. All right, and then another interesting shape there. Okay, from here, I'm going to go ahead and add in this part. Like I said, when you look at it, it's just like one little detail after another, and you're not going to add in every single detail. You're basically trying to get it started. This is going into the front part of that seat. And I'm checking the angles because that part was incorrect. That goes down like this. The angle here is like this. Okay, so now I have this part in. I like the mirrors have an interesting angle. It was a much stronger angle than I thought. It has a very interesting kind of diamond-like shape over here. The other one kind of angled upward and came up here. Like when you look at the photo, it's kind of overlapping in parts. I noticed that parts are going to look a little messy because of all the overlapping of details. I would just say you'll look at the photo and you'll get the idea. Okay, so I'm making a correction here because sometimes you need to make one. One of the handles is right here. The one on the other side you can see. If you can't see it, you don't draw it. Okay, so there's one part of the handle. Like I said, I'm getting the basic bones of this in, and then you get the rest of the details in. Here's that interesting tire guard. Okay, I'm going to get this part in. I don't know every single part name. I think you'll get the idea though. Alright, there's another part holding that tire. If you have a hard time with circles, because I always think that's the part that's going to screw up your design. You could screw up little details here, and maybe some people won't notice, but screwing up a circle you could mess up. If you have a hard time with circles, either use a stencil or be super sketchy like me, and then you go back and erase it and make it better, right? I just kind of put in a sketch, lightly erase, and then I make a better line. If a bottom of a cup happens to be the right size, use that, because I think when you screw up a circle, it throws off the whole piece. It makes it look really weird. Like imagine if it was straight right here. Yuck. All right. Okay, so I could keep going on the tire, but there's more details here, and you can look at the photo for that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this part down, and it kind of almost is behind the tire here. I'm going to hold that angle. This goes up. And then this, I like how with these, it's like the seat is really up kind of high. It's an interesting shape. Probably can't see that, so I need to move it in. Okay, let me go ahead and just kind of put this here so I know where to go. That's part of my top of my next tire. So all these little interesting things here, I know it's hard to tell, but I think this is holding the license plate. So we're kind of seeing it from behind it, and that's why it looks almost alien-like coming off of this seat. Yeah, there's these little holders here and there, and there's this one that kind of comes down like this, almost like a diamond or coffin shape, and then there's this rectangle or trapezoid kind of right behind it. Right? Okay. Then now I'm ready to kind of do this. Hope you can see that. I'm going to put in, sometimes you have to make corrections as you go. I'm going to go ahead and put in this tire, and like I said, be sketchy with your circles. Nothing screws up a transportation drawing like a circle that looks flat on one side or incorrect or is not the right size, right? People can tell when you mess up the circles. Okay. Now I want to bring in this shape. It kind of goes over, and it's almost has this crystal-like interesting shape that comes off of it. It's one of the exhaust pipes, I believe. I could be wrong. Someone in class can tell me. And then there's this another tire guard right here. There's this interesting shape here that kind of holds it. All right. So you can see I have the proportion in, and then from here I was adding all those interesting, well, not all of them, like I said, 70%. About 70% of those details that were in here. I'm asking for at least 50%, okay? Don't leave it like this. This would be like, I don't know, looks like more like 30% of your details. You need something in here, right? And finishing off the tires would be good. I just wanted to show you how to get the basic form in, and then from there you get the details, okay? Thank you and good luck.